This video is part 1 of how to create custom number formats in Excel 2010. In order to understand this, we need to know how Excel formats numbers by default, as well as the difference between how Excel stores data in its memory and what Excel displays, the formatted data. In the process of doing this, we will see why custom number formats are needed, some of the types of problems they solve, and how to construct them. That's the purpose of this video, to give you the basics. If you press Control 1, press the Control key and the number 1 at the same time, while the cursor is on a cell, the Format Cells dialog displays. From this dialog, you can customize the number format, alignment, font, border, fill, and protection by clicking on the tab in the dialog. We will be looking only at the Number tab, which controls how a number is displayed in this video. To demonstrate the default number formats, I've labeled each number format type in column A. In column B, I pre-formatted the cell with the default format for that type. B4 with general, B5 with number, B6 with accounting, and so on. I will type the number 1 in each cell. Note that you can't predict either how the number 1 displays for each numeric format or whether the number is aligned at the left, center, or right. Only the general, number, text, and fraction number formats, in fact, actually display the number 1. The others display something entirely different from the number 1. And even where the number 1 does display, it may display aligned left, as in text, aligned right, general and number, or somewhere in the middle, fraction. For the others, there are apparently random slashes, date, letters, time and scientific, decimal points, currency and scientific, and the letter E, scientific. The $ placement for currency is immediately to the left of the number, while for accounting it's positioned at the leftmost position in the cell with spaces between it and the number. The date and time formats produce some really puzzling results. All of these are the result of custom number formats. Fortunately, once we understand how these formats work, we can do some neat tricks and have a deeper understanding of Excel's power. We'll start with the general format. Before proceeding further, note that the number 1 that's displayed is the same as the number 1 in the formula bar. The formula bar always tells you what's in Excel's memory. With some exceptions, the general format's display is the same as Excel's memory. There are a number of ways of getting to the Format Cells number dialog. I'll show you another way. From the ribbon with the Home tab active in the Number group, there's a tiny rectangle. There are actually a number of these tiny rectangles called dialog box launchers in the Home tab. From the Clipboard group, you can click the dialog box launcher for the Office clipboard, a special clipboard just for Microsoft Office applications such as Excel, Word, and PowerPoint, which allows you to store up to 24 pieces of information. The regular Windows clipboard only stores one thing at a time. If you click on the dialog box launcher again, the Office clipboard goes away, and you're back to the Home tab. The dialog box launcher for the font group displays in the Format Cells font dialog, which again lets you change font characteristics. The alignment dialog box launcher displays the alignment dialog. We'll concentrate on the number dialog launcher for now. The general category is highlighted, and there's a message that tells us that general format cells have no specific number format. That's exactly true. I wish they would have called general unformatted, because that's what's really going on. For any of these formats, you can get deeper into detail if you click the custom category. Here you'll discover the inner workings of cell formatting. For general, however, there really isn't much further to dig. What you see is what you get. General means no formatting. You do see, however, a hint at the number of custom number formatting options built into Excel. There are even more because you can create your own, as many as you want. We'll get to these shortly. Let's look at number format. Yet another way to get to the Format Cells number dialog is to right-click and to select the Format Cells option from the menu. Number format has more options than general. You can change the number of decimal places, choose a separator for thousands, millions, billions, and so on, and control how negative numbers display. Before changing these, let's see what the number format display is by default. To do that, select the Custom tab. The default format is pound, comma, pound, pound, 0. The format is composed of codes. The comma is the separator for thousands, millions, and billions. The 0 means display the rightmost number, no matter what it is. The pound signs were needed as a placeholders for the comma to display the separator. I'll go back to the spreadsheet and enter 12,345,678.90 in the cell. With the default number format, the numbers to the right of the decimal point don't display. The commas separate hundreds, thousands, and millions, as we'd expect, and the number is rounded up to 12,345,679. In the formula bar is the number as I entered it, however. That rounding, the difference between what you see and what Excel stores, can get you into trouble when you do math operations. The number is what's used in any calculation. We'll go back to the Format Cells Number dialog using the dialog launcher method and make some changes to make the decimals show. The sample box shows how the number is formatted. I will increase the number of decimal places to 2 and uncheck the comma separator checkbox. Note that the sample box shows that 2 decimal places will display. Switching to custom shows the new format code of 0.00. The pound signs are unnecessary because the thousands places won't show. I'll click OK. Now the display is 1234567.8.90 with the extra 0 there because there are 2 zeros to the right of the decimal point in the format code. I'll enter a 0 in the cell. The cell displays 0.00 because the format code causes 2 digits to display at the right of the decimal point. I'll enter minus 1234567.8.9. The cell contents display as minus 1234567.8.90 because the format code adds the extra zeros in the hundredths place. Although that's what's stored is minus 1234567.8.9. The contents as entered, as you can see in the formula bar. We're back in the Format Cells Number dialog. Suppose I want to show negative numbers in red and with parentheses. I will select the bottom choice in red and parentheses from the negative numbers box. The sample shows that the negative numbers will be enclosed in parentheses. Switching to the custom category, we can see how the format code changed. It changed in 2 ways. First, a semicolon separates how positive numbers and negative numbers are displayed. Positive numbers display with the code 0.00 underscore right parentheses. The addition of the underscore right parentheses is to allow for positive numbers and negative numbers to align with the decimal point. Technically, the code means don't display the next character. That's the meaning of the underscore. The next character, the right parentheses, is the width of the character that won't display. You'll see this shortly. The code to the right of the semicolon, square bracket red, parentheses 0.00, is interpreted as follows. The red in square brackets tells Excel to display the contents in red. The rest of the code, parentheses 0.00, tells Excel to display 1 digit to the left of the decimal point and 2 digits to the right of the decimal point and enclose the number in parentheses. Now the negative number displays in red with parentheses. I'll enter 123.45. Notice the extra space at the right. It's the length of the right parenthesis. I'll copy the cell down and enter a negative number. The positive number aligns with the negative number. I'll copy the cell down and enter a 0. The 3 numbers align perfectly with each other. When you copy a cell, you copy its format by default. However, they do not align with the number entered in general format. I'll press Ctrl-Z twice to undo the changes. I hope this gives you a basic idea of number formatting, creating format codes, the difference between what you see and how Excel stores a number, and the various ways to get to the Format Cells Number dialog. In the next video, we will explore other formats in more depth, and you will learn some tricks and techniques to take advantage of Excel's number formatting.